Terrorists win.
Together we can do this.
They could double grenade him down if they're going to have the right angle for it, but it actually feels like...
Smoke!
Yeah, they're going to put in the smokes first. This could be a very bad start to Furlong unless he gets some really good headshots. He actually tried to body block that smoke. Just very heads up thinking he's going to go back and try and hide inside it. They might have realized this back here, but Cloud9, they're coming for this B-bomb side, and it's going to be the opening shot there. Freakazoid taking down Hyper and Rallen with a quick return on nothing. So back to a 4 versus 4, and Furlong going to go down. Looking good for Cloud9.
Activating the
Panning
bomb.
out nicely. We're going to have a good bomb sign here. Not too much that Rallen can do. He has to try and take a risk right now to bring it back. Shroud will take out Groovy, and this is going to be on Rallen to keep the last 2 alive in this pistol. And so far, things going according to plan for Cloud9. 4 players still alive here, and Freakazoid finds Rallen, so it's going to be down to Pete. And Pete, at this point, he's thinking about backing off to hold on to his Kevlar.
Yeah, that's a reasonable choice. There's no reason to give that up just for free. Can't do anything to salvage a 1 versus 4 hunt, I guess. So, going to be a pretty good start for Cloud9. Those grenades didn't have the exact impact that I thought they would, but they managed to zone out the bomb site enough. Some good shots coming in from Pete. He's going to get flagged as well, but maybe he can do a little bit more damage. He can a little bit of a cash bonus. It's going to be the 3rd kill as well. Good job, Pete. And, you know, he has enough Kevlar that he doesn't necessarily need to rebuy anything here, so not looking too bad.
Yeah, he's able to actually pick up a $500 investment. No problem at all. Still at $1,900, so he's going to have good money going into the first buy round here for Vexed. It's not the end of the world for Vexed, and we see that they're going for that boost by themselves. Rollin's gone up to that scout. We have the Kevlar and the pistols being forced up on the rest of the team. And Cloud9 kind of going for a mixed play here. 3 SMGs, a scout, and only a single rifle to deal with this first buy coming out of there. And I guess this is it. They're just rushing in. They're going to take full advantage of the mobility that the SMGs afford them.
Yeah, don't want to get whittled down by the scout. They don't know it's in play yet, but once they realize, you've got to be careful that you don't slow down your pace so much that you give the scout player enough time to move around, take shots. Even if they're not headshots, they can still drop your plays very low indeed. So yeah, I'm a bit disappointed that Cloud9 is slowing down the pace as much as they are. Look, Skadoodle all the way back in spawn now.
What was that about?
I'm not sure.
Did he try and double buy a smoke?
Forgot his lunch?
I mean, maybe he tried to get back there before the time, but that would have been way past this. I don't even know. Maybe he was just checking to see if there wasn't any backstab potentially, you know, coming in from the A side. Because Cloud9, they did a great job right now of forcing all of the utility out of Vexed. They made it sound like it was going to be a rush. So Vexed chunked all of their nades onto that plateau, trying to stop that. And so now Cloud9, they pretty much have full control of the situation. There's a single flash left on Pete to try and stop any push coming in here from Cloud9, and that's really important. Only issue is that Cloud9 only have an HE. They don't have anything to make their lives easier either.
But look at this genius movement here from Sean, actually getting all the way around, and by the fact that he's here, he's realizing there's a stack on B. There's nobody on this A side, nothing checking it out. So Sean individually, without having killed anybody yet in the game or in this round here, has basically just won this round easily for Cloud9. That's, I don't know, it's a good side of Counter-Strike that we don't always get to see. That just took that one move. Once he's in the connector in the middle there, it's pretty much all done with. So Cloud9 definitely going to win the round. Vexed, though, on their side, a good judgment call, I think, as well, not to try and fight. Just save what they have for the next round. Why not?
There you go. A little bit of a shot. Missed initially. Cloud9 knows that he's going to be in a bit of a dangerous situation here if he hangs around. He's got the teammates rotating in to give him a helping hand, though, so it's not the end of the world for him. He's just not peeking out, and this is actually going to be that standstill where neither of these terrorists invested into this second round. So Vex, they get to hold on to their investment. They really gamble, putting everybody over on that A site, or rather on the B site, by mistake. And it's just, if Cloud9 go towards the B site, fantastic. If they don't, Vex save, and they get another chance this round.
Which also probably means that if a similar situation unfolds in this particular round, I bet Vex will be a little bit more aggressive, because this time, obviously in the 4th round, they're going to be buying. So we'll see. Still the 3 SMGs, and I wish Cloud9 would use them to try and open up bomb sites. You know, be aggressive with the players so you can sort of afford to give up an SMG early in the round. It's not the end of the world. Looks like Shroud is making his way out onto Plateau with that Max 10 in hand. Right in front of him. Flashbang going to catch both players. The Freakazoid dropping low right now. They're just trading. Ruby going to go down. Furlan picking up a second kill. Another headshot comes in. It's Pete landing at Sean Gares. Now it's all up to Shroud and Skadoodle left here. 2 versus 4. A great third round start here for the Polish side.
The bomb is dropped in the wrong place as well. Furlan will get forced out of the game, but he's so quick with that pistol. Takes this fight, and neither one gets a kill. Skadoodle instead is going to be the one to take out Furlan. So good teamwork there on Cloud9's part, but this bomb is dropped in the middle of nowhere. He has to commit Shroud, and he just gets sprayed down by Hyper. Excellent play from Vexed in the end, just whittling Cloud9 down. And where that bomb dropped after that kill came through with the bomb carrier, there was no backing up for Cloud9. They had to take the fight. They had to walk into the crossfire.
Yeah, that was not a good situation. And again, I mean, a stack in that bomb side by Vexed, and that was all they needed. Scout eventually showing up to help out as well. Very strong stack from Cloud9. They can buy. They can even get the AWP on Skadoodle, which everybody should know by now is definitely a good sign for Cloud9. But the question is it going to be quite enough here? Vexed, they've turned the tables quite early on in this match.
I understand Rollin wanting to take a little bit of a risk, but honestly, Rollin, I'd really like to see you just go for the M4. Don't farm any money. Slam Cloud9. Give your team the best chance possible to survive with all 5 members alive, and just beat them up. You can farm money in the next round where Cloud9 will be fully good.
I think we might already start this round.
We'll have a pause coming in.
Yeah, because it seemed like everyone was standing still, so I think there was like a collective acceptance of the fact that there was some sort of technical issue, which happens every once in a while. So, I mean, up on either side, and I guess we'll see how that unfolds. I think it was Pete who ended up having it, so Pete versus Skadoodle. I mean, just based on pure reputation, you'd say Skadoodle comes out on top, but and maybe he's in fact going to need to.
Well, I mean, they're trying to vote for some kind of reset here so far.
Yeah, they'll sort it out. No problem. They'll get some help.
I'm planted.
I am sure.
Bomb has been planted.
You got a 5-7 for free. Well done. I mean, this is unfortunate. This is such an important round. And there we go. We'll have the pause, and we should have the reset coming through, so it shouldn't be an issue. We should have the same kind of money that's coming into that they would have had to begin with at the beginning of that round. As you can see, it's just hard reset, no issue, and we get to just start again. Hyper was the one having some PC issues before. That was what the delay, you know, an update for you guys. That was why we had such a long delay. So hopefully that's not going to come back to plague him here.
Well, what we can tell is that Pete also had the Mac 10 here, but he goes for an AWP, at least that is what he did last time. So we'll assume that he does something similar again here. I think that's definitely a reasonable idea as well. Sean here in the middle, trying to make up his mind about what to do. Which I think this early turnaround is a particular problem for Cloud9 because they don't think they're that good at handling these situations.
No, and right now there's going to be just a little. At least Sean Gares, he's kind of held on to the element of surprise. They didn't really show too much. Vex, they weren't pushing for info. Cloud9 didn't go for any kind of rush. So the game plan, Cloud9 could run the same thing over again. It's not going to be a problem. They don't need to start thinking, well, you know, we showed our hand last round, so now we got to change it up here. Maybe go for a strat that isn't going to work because we really wanted to go for that last strat. You know, you avoid an awkward situation here for Sean Gares at least. But we should be getting back live into the game. We can hear the ticking happening there. And you guys can actually see some of the additions made to the stage as well. The going from the minimap in the middle, you have those 5 bars of lights. Those actually go red when a player gets killed, as well as the player photo below the screens there. So there's a couple of really cool things that have been done for everybody who's going to be watching live here from an event.
Yeah, I'd say I mean, and if we get some actual in-house shots of it, take a look at those player photos when stuff happens. Very
really
cool.
sick.
Yeah. Now we are going to be into the 4th round here. It seems like they sorted out the issues. We've got the 2 AWPs in play, and we'll have to see if Cloud9 can pick it up once again. If they lose this round, they won't have the money. So they really need to turn this round. Same is true for Vex. Both teams are very low at this point in time, so we need to turn it around quick here. Shroud out on the plateau looking for an opening, and he's got Hyper and Furlan very close by while Sean is checking the other side of the map. Not going to find anyone there anytime soon. Furlan here, great angle, and just a double click there, and Shroud is gone.
Right on the edge of the smoke as well. Shroud, he just didn't know what hit him. As soon as his shoulder comes around that corner, Furlan's already lined up. And now how versatile Cloud9 are going to be. And Sean Gares tries to step in, pick up a shot, and Pete misses the shot midair. That looked so close. That would have been a big kill to bring it back Vex's way. And it went to a 4-on-4. Luckily for Hyper, they line up 2 headshots, and he gets the 3rd as well. That drops the bomb on plateau, and Cloud9's round, despite Sean Gares' best efforts, is completely falling apart.
Hyper read that so well. He saw the smoke go up. He knew that the most likely angle they were going to take was on the outside of the smoke, and he just sprayed it down. Very well played indeed. Pete going to be taken down. Sean, he hit the shot the second time. And that's all it is. Sean, by the way, is one of those leaders who prefers to stay alone while the rest of the team does something else. And I think it has to do with like how the communication works on the team, whereas if you have someone else playing alone, then you need to get some info from them before you make a call, and then you try and match it with whoever you're with. Whereas if you're the one playing alone, sometimes it's a little bit easier because you know what's on your side of the map, and then you know the other part will do their stuff.
You're just focusing on holding that angle, right? And then you're just gathering the info and give the decision. Unfortunately, it just so happened that Hyper was waiting in the right place at the right time there, and I'm glad to see that Hyper, you know, he didn't flinch when the situation was there. Given, you know, that he's had these pauses and that can be very frustrating, it's good to see that he gets that moment, he steps up, and there's a little bit of confidence for the remainder of this half. Heat, though, double headshot. Sean Garrett, fantastic.
Yeah, he's doing a really good job. We're going to take down Fulham. They check the corner for Rallen. Good job. That was a big mistake a lot of teams made yesterday, not checking that corner, but some stepped up play here from Cloud9. Piper and Grubia left, and see if they can find a way in here. They've got the kit and they've got one Molotov. They need a quick kill, though, to bring this back. If they lose one more, that's pretty much going to be the end of it. Shroud's going to get shot in the face by Grubia now. Hyper taking down nothing. It's all free control with a refrag. It's still a 2 versus 1 here. Hyper, he's running out of time, and Skadoodle is there. Not going to miss the kill. It's a triple, in fact, for the North American AWPer, and that is going to bring Cloud9 very much back in the game. The money for Vexed is all over the place right now.
It is. It's really scary. I mean, Pete has enough to go for the AWP if he wants to. But it is going to be just a FAMAS drop. They're going for the force buy right now, Vex. They do not want to let Cloud9 run away with this. They realize that they just gave a free AWP over to Skadoodle, including an M4 for Freakazoid. The money for Cloud9 is still in a place where they could force if they want to, but Vex don't want to give them any more ground. Rollin's going to have the AWP. It's 3 rifles. It's a P250. This is a really scary buy for Vex.
Look at how they're just trading grenades early on this plateau because nobody wants to give up control of it. Shroud does walk right into a grenade. See if that's going to make a difference. He gets a quick catch on Pete, and he's going to try and keep going here. This is a very big buy for Vex. They have to make it work. If they lose it now, they're going to give a big edge to the NA side here. Look at how they spread out. They've got full control right. I think Vex needs to start fall back in. They're not even going to be able to. Already losing 2. Yes, he's on fire right now. Getting the double kill, looking for the triple as well. He's going to get helped by Freakazoid, but Pete has to just back off once again. I've got to say, I can't even remember the last time I've seen Sean play this well.
Well, let's not get too far ahead of ourselves there, Anders. I think he just sprayed through the smoke, and they happen to be lined up, so Lady Luck giving him a little bit of a wink there. But yeah, Sean Garrett's the round before, the P250 double headshot. That's impressive. That's really showing that Sean, one way or another, he wants to get the job done. This has been the storyline for Cloud9, though. In the first match we saw, Sean Garrett, he's ready to play. He's here to get work done. But where is Shroud? Where's Skadoodle? Where are the riflers and the main AWPer, one of the best AWPers in the world? These are the guys that need to be leading the charge, not Sean Garrett.
It's definitely true, but I mean, right now it seems like he's playing a little bit. Yeah, they do line up. That is actually hilarious. But I mean, ultimately, it's he's playing a style that is very different from what he was playing just a couple of months ago. He's being way more active, way more on the forefront, and a little bit like Existence is doing on Titan. You know, some of these in-game leaders maybe are looking to try and step it up a little bit here. Looks like it's going to be another fast round coming from Cloud9, and very similar style again. Shroud leading the charge, and AWP in that site is going to be on Pete. He gets the opening frag, and that secures them an extra AK.
Invested in the pistols in one of these anti-eco situations before Vex gaming, so now Cloud9, this is going to put them a little on edge. Skadoodle did not find his opening. Shroud is always going to be the point man there, but Skadoodle actually looking towards drop, so we're going to see some JW-style point-blank action here with the AWP. Maybe use it like a shotgun, go and impale somebody.
Gruby's down there with the CSET 75, so this is a great angle for Gruby to be holding. He wants to do this all day, and there's the headshot on nothing. 1 kill so far. Here's Skadoodle looking for the refrag. Gruby, how is he not dead yet? Gonna pick up the AK and run away. He tried to. Freakazoid on the other hand. Gonna get the 1 kill in, and Gruby doing more work here. Double kill. Skadoodle alone, missing a shot. There's 3 people in this bomb site. Not even a chance, and Furlan is gonna be getting a double as well, so they're just trading rounds early on in this game, it seems.
This is all over the place. This is so chaotic. And they're taking fights individually as well. I mean, Skadoodle attempted to get the refrag there and drop. That was good on him. Shroud alone on plateau. No chance for him to get the, you know, for them to get a kill back there, Cloud9. Just really awkward situations.
And look at the discipline on Groovy. Groovy, as soon as he takes the first fight with Skadoodle, he's actually aware that someone could be dropping down behind him. He's ready for everything, basically. Nice opening, though. Skadoodle taking down Pete. Big kill.
In danger as well. We haven't seen much action. I mean, it's been Cloud9. I mean, Sean Garrett is obviously trying to condition Vexed to really focus on Plateau and use a lot of their utility here on Plateau early on. So for Skadoodle to finally take that AWP over to A site, see if he could catch somebody out of position, maybe trying to take a risk, trying to take advantage of that sort of B focus that we've seen from Cloud9. That's really smart from Ska. He just catches somebody out, and he's kind of the point man here as far as I'm concerned, because pound for pound, I think Vexed matched the right Skadoodle is going to make the difference here, or should be making the difference with his AWP.
Wow, that grenade took Hyper from 17 to 1 health. It could have easily been a 2-man advantage here for Cloud9, but 1 health in Counter-Strike is enough to get a lot done if you're in the right position. Rallen is hearing everyone running past him right in front of him. Catching Skadoodle, hits the headshot and escapes back through the smoke like a ninja.
And that sets it up for Groovy here on balcony. Instant headshot from nothing, though. That's exactly what happened. Freakazoid's going to walk in, and he gets the spray down on Furlan, getting caught out. The positioning and the timing just not working out, and what a great fadeaway headshot from Freakazoid on Rallen as he gets back around that corner. Shroud heard the steps coming from a mile away. There's nowhere for Hyper to live or hide with that 1 HP. And Cloud9 right back into it, and this is a nightmare for Vax standards. Their money keeps getting reset. They keep having to go for these awkward force buys, which is again why perhaps Cloud9 keep going over towards Plateau. Like, we know you don't have the nades to stop us. You're constantly forcing up.
Even forcing up with the naked AWP buy here on Rallen.
Man, for Furlan, that's frustrating for Furlan. He actually got the leg shot off before Freakazoid got the headshot.
Not good enough, I guess. Oh, they're going to be boosting up on the fortress in the corner there, but I don't know. That's a position that's become very, very common. Check. I don't see many teams these days that don't actually check it. I'd be surprised if Cloud9 don't.
You have to. You ever watch Titan play this map, you know, you're going to check that spot. And, well, Rallen this time around is going to catch Sean Garrett, trying to go for a bit of a cheeky crouch peek around the corner there. Rallen was just ready for that angle, and there is no longer going to be any action over on the A side. It's looking like, once again, that bomb is making its way back through the halls towards the B site. 3 players already set up here. They're going to go for the smokes as well. Right. And Hyper's getting into a spot we haven't seen really yet from them yet. I mean, oh, well, no, he was there before, obviously, for his triple spray down, but he hasn't been able to get up here before. Or since
see if he can make it work. Flashbang there. Now he's going to hide in the corner. They have Molotov to check this if they want to, but going to be playing close here with the UMP. About 40 seconds left on the clock. They need to make a move at some point here, Cloud9. They're only a man down, which just 1 entry frag away from equalizing the score. Hyper still hiding here. Shroud, you can tell he wants to check it. He's a little bit worried. It's for Marcus to take. First shot here. Skadoodle going to go down, but Shroud with a quick refrag. Freakazoid coming into it as well, and now it's back to an scoreline here. Groovy, though, with the UMP, and also Rallen with the WP, making it work. Shroud now, the last man left, 1 versus 3, so Vex turning it around. Almost dropped in the middle of nowhere. It's going to be Groovy getting a double with the UMP. And Vex bringing it back, and Hyper actually calling for a bit of a timeout. I'm not sure if it's a tactical one or a technical one. I guess we'll find out in a second. Do want to bring up a point, though. The opening frag of this round happened on Sean Garrett, that was over at the A side of the map. So if Vex have been watching demos from Cloud, you have to assume that they have. I'd be shocked if they didn't. It also becomes a problem because it becomes somewhat transparent that when you kill Sean on one side of the map, most of the time you can assume that the rest of the team is on the other side of the map. It's very like what NIP used to play like. Whenever you would find Get Right alone, you would, or whenever you kill him, you'd know that he'd probably be alone, and the rest of the team would be somewhere else. So maybe Cloud9, I think that's part of the reason why Vexed were feeling a little bit confident in rotating 3 people into B, because they'd already found Sean, so they could guess that the rest of the team might be somewhere else.
So it's that calculated risk, right? Based off the odds. Ooh, double AWP is going to be the play here for Vex, though. So they're going to go right into this. I mean, they got a free AWP off of Skadoodle in the last round. Again, right? They're just trading these AWPs. I actually wonder how long that AWP has been in play now as far as the rounds are concerned, because it just feels like it keeps getting picked up round after round. But that's the pause over with, or at least it should be. Nope. Somebody disagrees, Sanders. Somebody.
There's always that one person, right?
One guy. But it looks like he's going to make up his mind real quick. This is such a scrappy map, though. It's really hard to see who's going to come out ahead because both teams, their money just keeps getting wrecked, and it just seems to happen one after another.
Right. So maybe we should actually point this out, because since it is a major tournament here, and it always ends up introducing Counter-Strike to a lot of new people, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
It's one of the really big benefits, I feel like. We should say normally people don't trade as much as this. Normally in Counter-Strike you end up stringing together a couple of rounds because that's how the economic system works. You know, you win a couple of rounds, you get a better economy. The other team can't really afford to buy rifles, so then you get a couple of free rounds before they can really buy again. So all this trading back and forth is definitely a little bit outside of the norm, and it does make for some very weird gameplay. So we'll see if it's gonna ultimately turn out heavily in favor of one team or the other. Right now it's 4-5, so a very even scoreline here. We'll see if Cloud9, with a bit of a force-up here, can make this work.
So glad to see. There it is. The shot from Pete, but Hyper's changed up his position as well. He's going to try and hold the line, but a great flash is there. He still takes Skadoodle out, and Pete, still alive on the site, will drop, but not before taking out nothing with him. So 3 players going into the retake. Groovy right on the edge. Going to go for that flash. Is it going to work? Is it going to be effective? It will, but actually the man uses the smoke to hide in, and it's going to be Freakazoid on the flank.
Oh, Rallen with the wrong weapon out, and now Furlan trying to see if he can creep around here. Freakazoid now with the triple kill, looking for the one. He sees him, and he's not going to try and go for the shot. He's so low on health, picks up the AWP instead, and that's something that we don't get to see every day. Smoke is up as well, and Freakazoid not going to hit the shot. Furlan instead, 1 kill, but a huge impact kill at the end there, saving the round for Vexed. Otherwise, it would have been a quad clutch for Freakazoid. It's going to tie the scoreline at 5-5 and moving into the 11th round. And because of the bomb on Cloud9, I mean, they could go for 1 AK and Tech 9 armor on the rest. If they really feel pressured, if they feel like they should get a lot out of this round, then it's possible to try it.
I agree. Yeah, we are seeing a bit of a pause about it. They're just going to drop down to around 2,200, 2,500. So, I mean, Freakazoid has got enough money to be able to drop an AWP for Skadoodle in the next round. Yeah. So, we'll be a full buy. But we're right on the edge here for Cloud9. They don't want Vex getting really past this point. 9-6 is what Cloud9 should be aiming for. 10-5 would be ideal. So, Vex can actually slam them right here in this round, get that 6th round, and start locking it down. End on a 10-5 or a 9-6 scoreline going their way. Cloud9 are going to be in a lot of trouble.
Moving up for a bit of a split on the A-bomb site, lining him up. Rallen and Furlan both very clean work here from the Polish side. You've got to say Shroud making it a little bit messy at the end, but clicking away is Rallen. He's going to win that fight, and that's going to be Vex taking the round lead, making it 6-5 in their own favor, and we'll see if they can continue on this path here. So far, I'm just going to check. Yeah, that's the first time anyone's won 3 in a row in this half here.
Yeah, actually, you're right, and looks like we have another pause coming in here. So I'm curious to see if Cloud9 actually decide to go for an execute on the A side at this point. Whereas like right now it's been Sean Garrett's lurking, or it's been pistols kind of just running out into the open. But are we gonna see like a real smoke wall execute onto this A site after drawing some attention to the B side early on, right? Try and force some nades out of the B side, make it again sound like you're going to rush in to get control of that plateau area, but then back off immediately and start heading over to the A side, start setting up for something that perhaps could catch Vexed off guard. Try and just change up the pace here a little bit. And is this attack pause? It's kind of hard to tell now with all these, you know, these shifts that keep happening here, Anders.
Yeah, it's been a couple of hiccups, so I'm not exactly sure what, but it seems like we are back into it. So probably not a tactical pause, probably just someone's headset needs to be readjusted, someone needing a shoulder rub, you know, yeah, whatever else. Some cookies.
There is a Dreamhack admin in the booth, you know. Yeah.
There are still more cookies if you need some, though.
Yeah, no, dude, don't do this to me. It's enough sugar for one day.
You say that now, but I see you up in the Twitch lounge later on.
It's time for a sip of my refreshing monster.
Ah, there we go.
Let's go in.
Thorin would be proud. AWP on Pete still, and Skadoodle has his no armor though. We'll see how that's going to work out. He's setting up for a bit of an aggressive play that might be coming out, and it's not far off either. He might actually have the patience for it. Rallen playing close in the middle, actually interestingly at the edge of the smoke. That's a very cool position. Furlan here, ready to catch him on close by.
Oh, and that flash, perfect. It's going to slow Cloud9 just enough. He gets that Molotov down, and now Furlan's got a little bit of time to work with. Rallen is also rotating back up into the A side to cover the backside of the exit onto the A side itself. And so now, well, Cloud9, they have the bomb over here towards A. They've made some noise over on B side as well, and they have succeeded in forcing out some nades. Are they going to commit to this, though, Cloud9? Are they really going to say, it's time to take it towards this A side? Let's see if we can actually catch Vexed off guard.
I would love it if they tried for an A split, because they do have the 2 people near drop, so you can actually drop people in there, and then instead of splitting B, which is by far the most common way, try and run towards the A bomb side instead. They've got the bomb on that side anyway. And with about 40 seconds left, they are still shuffling around the middle just a bit.
And Vexed are doing a very good job of playing super passive on the A side right now. They've both fallen back to the side. There's a man in connector who can rotate over quickly. Exactly, Groovy coming over now. He has to be careful about going for a shoulder peek though, because Skadoodle's there. And Skadoodle misses the shot. What a bit of a risky play there from Groovy. Luckily, he gets away with it. But now the push begins. Cloud9, only 20 seconds left, Anders, to make this happen.
Yeah, this is some madness play coming up here from the NA side. They need to move so fast at this point in time. Rather than they get the double opening. He goes down. Nothing with the refrag on Groovy. And now it's going to be down to Hyper and Pete. 2 versus 4. And they're not even going to try and test it, it seems. Pete already falling back. They realize this is gone. The bomb is going to go down. Oh, with just a couple of seconds left. They actually delayed that a little bit further than I thought they would. That is going to tie the scoreline, and a great entry. I mean, double there for Sean Gas. That's going to be big.
Yeah, and I'm hoping we'll get the little bit of a replay there from his perspective, because there was a bit of an effective crossfire going on there. I'm curious to see how he managed to pick up the first man, because obviously we then saw Roland like jump up onto the roof to challenge it, because he felt like he had to do something at that point. Sean just on point, and they're of course going to be sending at least one man out to hunt right now, Cloud9. I think that they want to keep these 3 alive if they can, because their economy isn't that great.
I almost wish we get a replay of whoever jumped down there. I think that was nothing jumping down, because that looked like it traced right behind him. Yeah, perfectly. That was kind of good. But well, 6 for 6 here, moving into the 13th round. We'll see. Here's Sean opening up. Yeah, he gets that angle on Furlan and Ron. Excellent work there by Sean. That's a tough situation. I'm actually kind of wondering. I guess he didn't want to be so far back onto the site that they literally have no ground to give. But it honestly, from when you see the replay, it kind of feels like maybe Vexed hadn't meant to be in those positions. I hadn't really thought through. It definitely gave a big opening. I mean, he didn't have that shoulder peek. Either way, it's Groovy taking out one. Going to be refranked by nothing. Who's now close here? Flashbang in. One, twice. And he's going to go and look for it. He's now around as well. Shroud has gone down. But Strong gets there to get the revenge. And now it's going to be Pete and Furlan left. Nothing. Currently with the double kill. Bomb down as well. And Vexed. Last time they didn't want to go for the retake. This time they feel like maybe if we get the opening frag, we could do it. Grenade on up as well. Triple kill on him. Sean's going to go down, but it doesn't matter. Furlan can't get this round. Yeah, the damage is done at this point. And really, I think the key kill that just swayed everything Cloud9's way there is the duel between Nothing and Rollin when Nothing comes out of drop room. Rollin, you dodged the flash, so Nothing's coming out of there expecting you to be at least partially flashed, have an easier job of it. But Rollin completely dodges that flash and yet fails to pick up that kill. That was a big frag, because if you take out Nothing, then you have the man advantage going into that retake on the site, and everything is looking hunky-dory. But unfortunately, Rollin couldn't pull through on that one. It's just crazy actually looking at the score lines though, just as far as the frags are concerned, how even it is across the board for Vex. Like everybody's pretty much sitting on 9 frags, apart from Groovy who's on 8. So I mean, it's not like Rollin is, lagging or not getting into the game. It's just that one key frag didn't go his way. And it's another illustration of what we sort of termed yesterday as the cobblestone challenge. You end up losing control of either plateau or drop, or in this case almost both. Yeah. And whoever, as soon as you have 3 people on the bomb site, it's so hard because you're getting sandwiched very quickly. Shroud up here on the plateau, ready and waiting, and right in front of them. They're putting a couple of shots through, and it's going to move out. Going to get shot in the face. No head armor, I think, for Hyper there. Just a max 7 in his hand. They forced up this round, Vexed, and they might come back to haunt them. They just do not have the money in the 15th round if this goes bad, and looks like it will. Sean picking up a kill here. Let's see if he can continue. Shroud not finding a kill just yet. Heads on the Furlan going to be the last man left. No chance at all. Team effort by Cloud9, and Freakazoid ultimately picking up a triple kill. It's going to be a really, really big turnaround here. It looked like it was so shaky, but now they're actually starting to get back in the game. Nerves there, I think. What a horrible team flash for Hyper. He got flashed full as he tried to push through that smoke by a teammate. And so free kill there. His backstab doesn't work. His flank doesn't work. And again, Cloud9, they get that opening frag. They're doing a very good job now as we get into, well, obviously into the last round of this first half. They do a very good job of just pouncing. As soon as they get that first kill, now they're just trying to press forward and just explode onto that site. And again, very similar situation to the last day execute round that Cloud9 threw out. 2 guys over towards B, just here to draw out the nades, keep some attention here from Vexed, and yet the bomb is waiting over in the apartments, and Cloud9 are currently chasing that area of the map. Well, a good opening from Pete, at least. Hiding in that corner. Shroud sort of almost sacrificing himself there. I'm not exactly sure what the point was, because he didn't really get a lot of information. Rallen close by executing Freakazoid, and that's 2 opening frags now for Vexed.
Saw the bomb, though. That's a lot of information. The rotation should come out.
Flashbang.
Ruby going to take out Sean Gares. And
Flashbang.
still 2 players alive here. Skadoodle, of course, is always capable of everything, but that perfectly timed flash from Groovy. And he just puts that UMP to work. 2 kills for him. Nothing now with the bomb. He's trying to make his way out from apartments, and Furlan's just going to annihilate him. So 7-8. Vexed with a 4 spy.
Yeah.
And again with the scrappy rounds, Anders.
This is honestly an unforgivable round for Cloud9. If they end up losing the game, then you're going to have to look to rounds like that to think that that should never happen. This play from Shroud here, if he only had Tech 9 armor and he just charged into the bomb side, I could think, okay, he want to see how many people were in there. If there was a stack, maybe they could rush in. I mean, to be fair, Vexed have gone for that B stack twice, and it's pretty much worked for them twice as well. So maybe they thought it was going to be a similar thing. They could have known that there wasn't going to be a lot of money, but with a full AK and grenades, that's a lot to just sacrifice.
It's just hard to get that information so quickly as well on the A side. There are so many angles that the CT's going to be hiding around. They're probably going to be lurking quite a bit around connector as well, towards Boulder, towards those choke points. Hyper's always there. So what information did he get? Oh, or rather, Pete got the kill, but still, there's one guy there, right? That's just how it went down that round. I don't know. Cloud9, I think, were trying to force the issue and maybe thought that perhaps they wouldn't have such a good buy on Vex's side.
But the thing is, if Shroud stays on the plateau and just makes some noise, if there was a stack going on, they'd probably show it after a while. They'd try and peek him all at the same time or anything like that. I don't know. I feel like that was a bit of a mistake there.
Well, now's the moment of truth for Vexed, because yesterday we saw them completely fall apart on their T side. And this is going to be it. Have they managed to make the changes? Do they have more confidence going up against Cloud9, considering the fact that, you know, it's still a fairly respectable half. 8-7 is totally workable as far as Vexed are concerned. If they get that pistol round, they get off to a strong start. Cloud9, they're going to be behind in this match. So Vexed right now, they have a great opportunity. We just have to see if they were able to go over that match yesterday, that catastrophe of a match yesterday, figure out what went wrong, and now adjust that for the North American team.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at the Cloud9 team right here. I mean, Freakazoid is currently top fragging. He's supposed to be the entry fragger, though it seemed like Sean tried to do a lot of that too. But I mean, basically, it's him and Sean right now, which I think are almost the 2 people I would put at the bottom of the scoreboard if I had to make like the perfect Cloud9 game. It would have to be Shroud and Skadoodle and nothing topping the charts, and Sean and Freakazoid doing their thing. But not necessarily getting all the frags right now. So it definitely seems like there is some sort of misalignment going on in the Cloud9 team. We're going to the second half here. It's the first match of day 2 here of the major tournament, Dreamhack Cluj-Napoca. We're going to be seeing if Vexed can do what they couldn't do yesterday and have a really good T-side.
And we've got the raid boss already. We've got that Tech 9 Kevlar combo. Hyper spots out the man Freakazoid caught in apartments. He's going to be able to fade away. And there are 2 players still already on this side for Cloud9. Drops the bomb carrier though, Freakazoid. So that's going to buy a little bit of time. But then Furlan with that Tech 9 comes into play. And they're just collapsing onto this site. Vex, they aren't wasting any time at all.
Nothing now, getting surrounded, shot in the back as well as Furlan showing up with that Tech 9 and armor combination. He's got the double kill already. It was a good job by Freakazoid early on, but maybe not good enough here. Sean trying to see if he can get the kill. There's too many people, and he doesn't have enough bullets for it. Now it's all on Shroud here. They're going to give him an opportunity by facing. He actually gets 2 headshots. That was Furlan going down, but still just too many people on the terrorist side. And Vexed are going to win it. Big victory for them, and nice pace as well. You know, first of all, as soon as Freakazoid spots them out in the A courtyard there, that would be the first indication that maybe we should slow down. But actually, their reaction is to say, all right, we can catch him before he gets back. Let's catch him. They trade a kill with him, which is a great job by Freakazoid. He might as well have just died. And then they just keep going. And they actually overwhelm Cloud9. So smart call, quick call from the Polish side.
I would have really liked to have seen Cloud9 actually back up. When you have Skadoodle as a key part of your team, as a key part of your strategy, give him the money for the off. What? That was a monster nade. Yes, that was dumped right there. But Freakazoid's doing the best that he can to try and buy time for, again, that rotation. Another 2 guys on the A side. This is identical to the last round here for Cloud9. Can they do a better job this time? Can they actually get the kills?
That was a nuts amount of damage put out there by Freakazoid. That was an absolute touchdown. Furlan, though, doing a good job bringing it back. And Sean and Shroud, they're not really in great position to try and do anything. Can't easily pick off players as they run past or anything. Smokes are going to help out with that problem. And it seems like Vexed are going to be back back into it here. Triple kill for Furlan, really stepping it up. Great job. I mean, Vexed are just playing a solid game of Counter-Strike right now.
Yeah, that was a great round. A little bit risky for Hyper to get that close to Sean Gares. 5-7, I mean, that's a lethal headshot right there. So one lucky shot for Sean could have done it. Another rifle dropped, but still, Vexed, you're absolutely right. They keep 3 players alive in that round. That's perfectly acceptable considering Cloud9 went for the force buy. And now this is really going to set the ball rolling here for Vex. This is that second hurdle. After the pistol, you survive the force. You're thinking to yourself, great, now we have a round where we can just farm up some money because they're going to be in a hard eco situation. And then we even have an easier buy round going up against us in the 19th round as well because Cloud9 now can't afford all of the nades. They can't afford the kits.
Just an interesting, even if minor point here, that Cloud9 not investing into any deagles or anything, which is something that, you know, a bunch of European teams have made great use of recently. The casual eco deagle.
Eco deagle, Dupree, vroom vroom.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, it's almost got to the point now where there's so many people who have become very good at hitting those deagle headshots. It's almost impossible to mention any of them individually, but
Yeah.
it's the list is growing all the time. MBK in there,
MBK.
Snacks in there. Yeah, you've got a lot of people. A lot of people is what we're saying.
Enough of it.
Throwing smoke.
Yeah, with the NA side, I mean, at least not this round, they're not willing to.
And Vex have done a fantastic job. They've snuck their way out onto this plateau right now. A little bit of a delayed push onto it, and now the full rotation coming out here from Cloud9. Cloud9 again just trying to gamble.
I planted the
Instead of just running into the blunder Cloud9, they're going to be backing off and trying to set up to block off Vex. Because now Vex, this is also some of the process. When you get onto the bomb site, you then need to secure a way off of that bomb site so you obviously don't go boom with the bomb. And so now Cloud9, with these pistols, instead of just running in and giving free kills to Vex against these rifles, they're going to try and find sneaky positions to try and catch Vex members off guard and maybe make away with one of those rifles. But unfortunately, as I say that, Freakazoid, the only man here holding the connector, gets picked off. And there's Vex out. Now they can get out of here scot-free.
Yeah, no problem. I like the position of Cloud9. Just what they're trying to do here seems like a little logical. Get in, drop if they exit the other way. Didn't really work out. I mean, Vexed were on top of it. Noticing something else that's lacking here, and Selma, you'll be delighted.
Oh, he's $50 short. Skadoodle, $50 short.
Are you trying to imply that he could have had $50 from earlier if they didn't buy?
I don't know what you mean,
Is that the logic here?
Never.
Is that how
Never that question.
Is that how economics work? If you use the money twice, you can't use it later on? I am shocked as well. It's going to be the 19th round coming up. Vexed are in the lead with 2 rounds here. This would be I don't think it would be a shocking loss, but it would really be a big loss for
Catastrophic loss. Yeah, I think is the word. Oh, and well, elementary mistake made already, leading with the bomb, but they have committed to this. Nothing, not going to get the double spray down. It's a 3-on-3 situation, and Shroud's been spotted. They know that he's right on the other side of that smoke. You can see them chucking HEs, and they're trying to hunt him down, and it nearly does the trick. Shroud down to 5 HP. Sean Gares is chunked to 50 as well, but there's the angle. Shroud, he takes out Groovy on the site.
Oh, this is a big round for Shroud. He's already got the double. He's looking for a bit more. 1 bullet, and he's going to be gone. Sean is dead. Shroud is next, and now it's up to Freakazoid. All alone here. 1 versus 2. Got to see if he can do this. He has no head armor, no kit, no grenades, and they are in a perfect position to stop this. It's almost impossible. They would have to make a crucial mistake on Vex's side here, and Freakazoid's doing the only thing he can do, which is running away. What else can he really try and... I mean, you're right. The bomb dropping in there. And honestly, Shroud, when he came through that smoke, his timing was perfect. The only problem was he was flashed. So, I mean, the two Polish players on the other side, they were flashed too. So, if he hadn't been flashed, or if he'd been just a little bit flashed, he would have had the perfect opportunity for a double spray down.
I'm not a huge fan of this pause as well. Man, I know it sounds like I'm ragging on Cloud9 a lot, guys, but I wish that they would go for an eco first and then go for the pause when they have the money for a full buy and they can decide how do we change things. But I suppose he's just trying to see if we can't get a quasi buy going here, get some pistols, get some nades, maybe try and push, figure out where they can hit Vexed hard. But the timeout, nonetheless, we usually criticize teams for taking the timeout too late in the game when it's too late to have an impact. It's just you're so far behind that it would take a miracle to get you back into it. Cloud9, at least this time, Sean Gares, he's saying, you know what, before this gets out of hand, we're just going to talk about it right now and try and figure out what we need to change here on our CT side. But Vexed they're looking to be they're in a fantastic position. Nearly $9,000 on Hyper. They can have ops for days. 4 and 6 on Rollin and Furlan both. And the economy is very strong on the T side, whereas Cloud9, they're still just trying to figure it out.
Look at their coach in the back lines. I mean, not Cloud9, but Vex. You know, he's back there with all the pieces of paper, like everything, well prepared to see what's up here.
Oh, they're very involved over on Vex's side.
The other problem
we saw that at Stockholm as well in the qualifiers.
The other problem is I think tactical timeouts have less of an impact when you're on the CT side, because there's a limit to how many things you can change, and especially because if you take a tactical timeout and then you know you come up with like a big flashy play, that'll be, I think actually most terrorist sides, once the CT side takes timeout, the terrorist side will probably respond by saying, let's slow play this round, see what they do. You know, if they come up with like a big boost or an aggressive push somewhere, we're just hanging back and waiting. We can easily spend 30 seconds doing that. So it's almost like those kind of timeouts kind of serve better for you know, just a morality boost. You know, let's get back in the game, let's get everyone hyped.
Well, Vex could also be, that's also a confidence boost for Vex, right? Where it's like, we got them on the run, boys. Like, they're already going for their timeout. Now we can play smart, we can just play safe.
3 HGs being purchased here on Cloud9. I don't think that's why they took the timeout. You could probably figure that out in the 15 seconds you have, just to say, hey, let's try and triple grenade somewhere. But I am excited. I love the idea of triple nading. Triple
nade plateau, maybe try and catch Vexed out. Vexed are going to try and suss out the details. They might try and hold somebody out in the back of, you know, towards T-spawn at the top of A ramp. See if they can't catch anybody from Cloud9 pushing there. But Cloud9, they might want to go for the gamble as well and put, well, no, they aren't going for a big stack on the B site. Or maybe a bit of a delayed one. It seems like nothing is going to work his way over there a little bit later than his teammates.
Hyper putting in that early smoke. Good preparation there. It's going to be falling down right there.
Throwing grenade.
See, grenades are out. Not really going to hit anybody. Skadoodle trying to sneak up behind, and Hyper just seeing it coming and checking for more. And Vex setting up and playing slow, just ready for it. Any kind of aggression that Cloud9 would have put out this round, they would have been there for it.
Yeah, completely nullified at this point. Now it turns into a standard bit of play. There's a man boosted up on the tree right now, so there is a little bit of an off angle here that Vex have to worry about that might catch them off guard. We have to see. That's going to be Shroud, of course. So Vex, they have all the rifles. Now they have the nades. They're just going to go charging up. Excellent HE. That was a money HE right there. And Shroud is going to be able to take out Groovy. Shotgun takes out Pete. The Fracture is on Vex now. They need to keep their cool.
They are in drop as well. Hyper's coming up from behind. If he can catch Shroud, he's sandwiched, then he can't get out. And he's going to end up going down, but still hiding in the corner. And this is big. Freakazoid is there with the rifle. He needs just a little bit of an opening. Nothing is there just to create some noise. Freakazoid. They need to time this perfectly. There's going to be a lot of communication going on there. Freak, he shows the gun barrel now. He's just got that hen house. They can just blast through and he'll end up going down. Freak is going to get one, but there's the kill. Rallen takes him out. Nothing. Stealing a Galil, and he's very close to the target. He's going to get the one frag. Furlong's there to catch him. Almost around for Cloud9. That was so close, but Vex, they're going to pick it up, and look at how the lead is just expanding here. 4 rounds is what they have on Cloud9. And once again, I would say, if I was Vexed, I would still be thinking about that tactical timeout. I would still be playing this round very slowly. Very
carefully. I'm amazed that, I mean, that was also... What do we have here? Nothing, okay, so it looks like Cloud9 going for another pause. Maybe some, something happening here. But I mean, that's also Cloud9, that one HE made all the difference when you're dealing with pistols like that. Even if you can shave, I mean, he nearly shaved 40 HP off of 3 players. That's a nightmare for Vex. When up close, the P250 will headshot you and kill you instantly. If you're already down to 60 HP trying to push onto a site, that is so scary. So Vex, it came really close.
You almost wish that they could have saved just one more grenade for that same spot there, but I mean, that's just all hindsight. Right now, just sorting out some technical issues on the Cloud9 side, and we should be good to go again. Currently, it's Furlan actually leading the scoreboard here with 20 kills. That is a pretty big lead.
He is doing a fantastic job. 24-9 for him. Runner-up on Cloud9 side right now is Freakazoid, actually 16 frags though, so we haven't seen that big jump throughout the second half. I think he ended the first half on 14, so you know, he's slowing down a little bit right now. Shroud is starting to catch up a little bit, however. He's up to 11 with 4 assists.
This current streak for Vex is also the largest we've had in the game so far here on this map. It's 5 in a row for them, and the most we've seen otherwise is 3. Either team took a couple of streaks like that.
Is this a pause? This is looking a lot like a tactical pause, but they've just used their tactical pause, Cloud9.
Maybe, I don't know. It probably is some small tech issue. We've We've got...
Well, I mean, we have to remind everybody, Anders, of just what's on the line here as well. This is an elimination match. You lose this match, and you are out of the tournament. You are the first team out of Dreamhack Cluj-Napoca.
Yes, and some of the teams that everyone, I think, had, if not written off, then at least assumed wouldn't be going through, probably Vexed and Flipside were some of them. But
Sure.
people were willing to accept that there wasn't a big chance they would be making it past the first 2 matches. And right now, I gotta say, I'm very impressed here.
This is. I mean, this might be slowing things down for Vexed as well. The timing of this pause. You know, they just want a key round. I mean, sure, it's allowing Vexed to talk things over, but then Vexed, do they really need to talk that much over right now? They've had some time to do so already. I mean, there you have Hyper just trying to keep focused. I mean, this is everything. This is this one match that you need to be able to get into the second seed match that's going to be played out tomorrow throughout the day. We'll have all those best of 3 decider matches being played out throughout the day in the stadium tomorrow. But we can already kind of get an idea of what's going to happen here with Cloud9. Skadoodle has the money for his AWP now to be on that CT sign. He can be that explosive player that can make the difference. He's only sitting on 7 frags right now. But with that AWP, this is one of those guys like Guardian. I mean, I would kind of put Guardian a bit higher than him in the rifling, just because Guardian can be a threat with any gun. But once you give him that AWP, it's like he hits another gear, and then he can just have such a huge impact on the map for his team. So now Skadoodle, where is he going to go to set up with this AWP? Is it going to be up on the plateau, or is he going to try and lurk around in A apartments, over in mid and connector? Like, where is he going to be deciding he has the best impact with the gun?
And is he going to have the freedom to do it as well?
Or not?
I'm just wondering if he's going to have the freedom for it, because it really feels like he hasn't had. He's actually bottom fragging right now on the server, 7 kills, so not really far behind the rest of his teammates by any means, but still, we haven't seen that cut loose Skadoodle that just is allowed to, you know, take shot after shot. Vex have also been pretty good with the flashbangs and the smokes, which have made it a little bit more hard, but also Cloud9 keep buying so that he can't actually get the AWP. Now is a chance. It's not the best chance ever, but we'll see if they can make it work. It is currently 12-8 as we resume the game. See if Cloud9 can make some sort of crazy comeback here, or Vex are actually going to edge them up, which definitely feels like right now is what's on the menu.
Well, we already have the anti-rush nades going out on both sides, in fact. A little bit of damage, just a smattering, done to nothing, and Pete. And then Vex, you know, they forced a couple nades out. They've done their job. There's the smoke. And again, nothing to getting tagged up, but this is all very standard fare. Vex, though, everybody gathered up. They have no information as far as the push is concerned from Cloud9. They really are setting up for a full-out YOLO play here on the east side. They're in the perfect spot for this. They've got 4 players ready and waiting to greet them.
Smokes are raining in, they're dropping down into the drop room as well. And the bomb site Shroud here, trying to see if he can hide inside the smoke. They're right. Ridiculous Shroud holding down Mouse 27, trying to escape. He's doing the damage and nothing, picking up a kill. He will refrag instantly. Skadoodle trapped in the back lines. He's going to have to hit the shots, or he will go get Shroud, picking up Rylan. Skadoodle is there, takes one. Shroud with another headshot, and now it's 1 versus 3, and they're going to make it work. Shroud, triple kills. Started off that round, bouncing up against the Vexed players inside the smoke. That could have ended horribly. A very important round here, and it will go in the favor of Cloud9. And I've got to say, that back position for Skadoodle is so scary. Yeah. These smokes that go down in the flashbangs, he can easily become isolated from his teammates, and there's not a lot of cover back there.
No, it's like you say, you know, that hut is paper thin. So you're always having to worry about just where it's going to be coming from.
Incendiary.
And where the shots are going to be coming from.
Grenade out.
Well, 22nd round is coming up here. Vex still able to buy. They've got money, but they've used all of it in this round, so they kind of have to make it work. Grubby is hiding all the way, or Grubby's hiding all the way out in the A courtyard, kind of like what we saw Hiko do on Liquid when they were playing on this map, just, you know, trying to see if he could stay back and wait for someone to come out, but nobody's playing aggressive right now on the Cloud9 side. Shortguess is in the middle here with the P90. If someone could pop flash him in, Freak with the pop flash, so actually make it work. Spraying down one, Freak picking up a kill as well. Very good trade for Cloud9.
Damage. Smoke going up on connector a little bit late. Rotation can come out here for Cloud9, but there's still plenty of time here for Vex. They still have a minute left on this clock. They don't need to commit to rotating the bomb out of here. Instead, they're going to count on Rollin to see if he can. Oh no, not Rollin. Is it further? It's Hyper.
Hyper hiding in the corner, and he takes down Shroud. If more people had been rotating through, that could have been really scary. It turns it back into a 3-on-3 right now. 35 seconds. Look how far back the bomb is. They need to get back in here. Hyper Not exposing himself just yet, but where's that bomb at? Vexed really needs some communication right now. They need to make up their minds, and some good in-game leadership here is called for. 20 seconds as they try and make their way back. There's 2 people still on this bomb site. This is a bit of a madness round coming out from the Polish side, but they're going to try and see if they can make it work. Hyper edging out the corners there, still on the site. Nothing there. Well, Freakazoid picking up the kill. Now bomb, all that's left is not going to work out. Freakazoid with the triple kill, and as you saw there, the last player went down. 5 seconds was left. So I think that's when, if you're the captain of a team like this, I think you can get into a mode of thinking where you get stuck trying to figure out what the optimal decision is, and instead you end up making no decision, and that's almost even worse here. So
yeah, especially when I said there was a lot of time. That's when there's 55 seconds left on the clock. Yeah, okay, you have a little bit of time for discussion, but when you start getting to that 30-second mark, you need to go. You need to get onto that site and give yourself a chance to deal with these kinds of crossfire situations, because it's just going to take time.
They were probably also hoping that Hyper's presence in middle would force Cloud9 to come and look for him and maybe make another mistake. But when Cloud9 just stood still and waited for a long time, at some point Vexed had to sort of make their own choices. Now we have to move, and they never did. So Sean in the middle here with the P90 again. Yeah, Ryan's going to be happy.
Yeah, hard eco. P90, he's just going to find some money. Unlike other SMGs, though, with the P90, you only get $300, so it's not a huge cash grab. Shroud is really happy to pick up him because he's getting $600 on top there.
Incendiary
Nicely done by Shroud. This is just going to build confidence here for Shroud as well. This is really going to give him... he had such a slow start in the first half. He needs to get these anti-eco frags. It's always a feel-good moment where you're just like, yeah, 3 kills, that's right. And then when the rifles come into play, bam, you're already ready to hit those headshots.
Well, let's be honest, when Shroud really gets up running, he could definitely be the difference maker in a match like this. So let's see if it's going to be the case. He does go down, and Sean just rolls through the P90 piece of the kill there. So it will be 12-11, and Cloud9 close to equalizing here. Or on Skadoodle. They're also starting to stack up on the Molotovs and everything else, so it's looking progressively better for Cloud9.
And this is the moment of truth now, Vexed. Do you let Cloud9 tie things up, or do you proceed to try and break their economy again? Because now Cloud9, after such a solid anti-eco round, they have a decent bank. They can afford to buy up again if they lose this round. Vexed needs to start winning those consecutive rounds, and well, we saw what happened yesterday when they went over onto their T side on this map. They struck, well, they didn't get a single round. So right now, Vexed, they're off to the strong start in the second half. Now, can they actually bounce back here after Cloud9 have done a whole lot of work against them? They've spread out more across the map right now, Vexed. They've tried to perhaps draw a little bit of attention over towards that B site, but still great nade control here from Cloud9. They didn't feel the fear. They didn't feel the threat over on B, so they still have a great nade count going into the rest of this round.
Laying down smoke. Throwing smoke.
Waiting in the middle area. Not really too much aggression on the Cloud9 side, and can do some great pump flashes down the middle, especially when Sean is this close. I wish they would try and go for it. With Freakazoid up in the Mac lines here, especially with the smoke just fading. If you pop a flash in right there, there's the flash from Freakazoid. Are they going to try and check behind it? Sean is running in. He's not going to overcommit, which I don't mind. He's going to try and see if he can get himself in, and he takes out Hyper. Really smart move, I think, from Cloud9. A little bit of aggression, and now they can play safe again.
But it was only one man, and we already see that Freakazoid actually starting to work his way back towards B. They didn't get a whole lot of information out of that. 30 seconds left again for Vexed. It's all or nothing now for them. Smokes and flashes going up, and this is the game comes through. Mastonga picks up 2 kills, and he could get a 4th. He does, in fact, do it. 4 kills with the P90. He might get robbed of the ace here, but I think Sean, he's going to go hunting for it. Of course he has to, but what a round from the in-game leader for Cloud9. Sean Gares with the P90 just doing work.
I mean, this is definitely like a mentally a different Sean Gares from what we're used to seeing. He's taking some fights that he wouldn't always try and take, and he's also winning a hell of a lot of them right now. I would question his second peek into middle. I know he had a Molotov up in the doorway like that, but it is dangerous trying to peek like that. If he dies down there, then it gives some space, but triple kill and eventually with the 4th kill, but the triple spray down at the end of 12-12, and the money for Vexed is not good, but they're going to try and force it in. They're charging in. Sean Gares trying to see if he can hold it up. He's got some help from Shroud. Double kill for him, and now this push is kind of evaporating for Vexed. They need some quick kills, and Hyper and Rallen are going to give them a couple, and nothing with the return. And Freakazoid up here, just taking care of business. Just Hyper left in a 1 versus 3, and he's trapped in the middle of all of them.
Deal with that triangle right now. The crossfire, they'll take out 1 for nothing. So I mean, that will have a little bit, just a little bit of an impact on Cloud9's money. but that's not ideal here. It is going to be the full buy here for Vexed, or at least as close as it can get. But now it looks like it's Vexed. It's their turn to go for the pause here, Anders, to go for that tactical pause and start considering what they need to be doing here on their T side. So you've already mentioned the fact that you don't feel like, you know, CT side timeout, it's a little bit more of a tricky business to really get the value out of it. But on the T side, what do you think is going to be happening here for Vexed?
Yeah, that's such a difficult call. I mean, actually, what they just did is something that we brought up earlier, which is that A split through drop, even though they didn't really have, they all sort of went through drop, but they could do a variation of that, especially now that they've seen it's possible. You know, maybe just try something similar, except with rifles. It's definitely doable, and I would say, instead of maybe just rushing it, go a little bit slower, but then have someone come up middle as well. That's definitely, I think, a way to play it. The other thing that they haven't really been doing too much is like the full smoke execute on that B bomb side. That has been fairly popular. Get the bomb down and just try and see if you can make that work.
There has to be a whole process throughout the round for that kind of situation, though, right? I mean, they have to be able to push out onto the plateau, force some nades out of Cloud9, you know, put the pressure on, but then also, you know, show their presence over at A before they can kind of wrap back around towards that B side for a full execute. I mean, there's like a process that needs to happen if it's not just an all-out YOLO rush, right? So I'd love to see that kind of play coming out from Vex, a real thorough approach to it, rather than the hesitation that we seem to be seeing from them right now. I think that's the main thing, is the confidence. And after the beating they took yesterday from Fnatic, you can probably believe that this is going to be, you know, like it's in the back of their heads still.
This is what I've been waiting for.
I do like the YOLO rush, though.
YOLO rush is where it's at, no doubt.
Throwing smoke.
So close to my heart.
Throwing fire.
Cloud9 have
Throwing
somehow
grenade.
ended up back in the lead here, 13-12, and after a tactical time from Vex, we'll see what they can come up with. The duel gonna take down one, nothing is here, you almost got Strela, but he's gonna get fractured. The duel goes down, Ruby with a refract here. It's looking good for Vex now. 4 versus 3, if they can just get that bomb plant, but one goes down. Very low health, and they're practically lining up for Shroud. This is dangerous. Sean picks up one with the Molotov, another headshot comes in. Freakazoid is in. Sean goes with a triple kill, and that's gonna be Cloud9 back to 14 rounds. Great retake, never giving Vex any chance. They get the bomb down, yes, but they have no chance to actually get into any kind of position. Nice job.
That was just a straight up YOLO rush. So we got one of our wishes, I guess, right? You know, okay, we haven't really tried the all-out rush just yet. Let's see if we can make it work. Sean, man, great control from him, even with these smokes going down. Also, you know, great uses of the flash coming out. I mean, great use of the flashes from Cloud9's part. They literally burned a guy alive. He was just put behind another. You saw he was standing in a Molotov. So, I mean, a lot of things working out there for Cloud9 on the retake. But Cloud9 now, they're the ones with all of the confidence. Vexed, because they've lost so many rounds in a row at this point, they can go for a full buy after that bomb plant, but it's not going to get any easier. And now, this is it. Cloud9, get up onto map.
Grenade out.
And this is where experience becomes a really, really important thing. Like, the pressure is always big when you're playing at a major tournament, but now Vex is just a couple of rounds away from being eliminated, and they've got to step it up here, and that's where you've got to try to be in this position at least a couple of times so you can sort of know how to emotionally deal with it and keep your focus in the game. And I think that's something the Polish side here is going to really have to work on now.
Throwing smoke.
No mistakes from here on out.
Exactly.
Laying down smoke.
They can't afford it. They have 3 flashes. Sean Gares,
Throwing
no joy
flashbang.
this time. He gets caught by Hyper, so there's 1 kill over on the A side. But they have pushed 2 players into drop now, and Shroud, he has to be aware of it, exactly closing off that angle, really trying to make the odds favor him. There's the top flash, they turn away. Follow the flash, though, and the spray down from Shroud. Double kill for him and drop, and that forces Vex to fall back and try and change up their angle. They're going for the A site with 30 seconds left.
A big win there for the Canadian player, and it's going to be up to Hyper and Groovy left here. I mean, I love the fact that Hyper didn't get caught by that pop flash again, because it's the same one they tried to do earlier from Cloud9, and this time it didn't quite work. Shroud was jumping once, and a good jump as well, just getting him some bit of information. Bomb is down here, and Hyper, last man left, going to go down to nothing, and also no time left. It is match and map point here for Cloud9, 15-12. They've come back into this game in a big way. It took a 5-round win streak on the second half here for Vex before Cloud9 finally stepped it up, and now they're up to, what, 7 rounds in a row?
Yeah,
that is
exactly.
scary.
No, it's exactly what happened to Vex yesterday. Except the Vex, this time around, they got the pistol, so they got a bit of an easier start. They were able to do some work, but then once Cloud9 figured out what needed to happen, Vex just don't seem to be able to deal with it. 3 rounds separate these teams. Vex need these 3 to take it to overtime, and Cloud9 are now a match point in a again. Straight up onto Plateau, and this time it doesn't work out for him. Hyper again, first kill of this round.
Catching nothing
Deploying
a
flashbang.
little bit early then,
Throwing
so
fire.
really good job. Hyper seems to be playing his part right now. Bomb still very
Throwing
far back,
flashbang.
and Vexed,
Flashbang.
they know they have the advantage and they really don't want to give it up for nothing here.
Laying down smoke.
Traditionally, the stack, if there is one, is going to be towards the B side of the map, so I don't blame Vexed for thinking that maybe we could find a way into A here.
Throwing smoke.
Freakazoid right now, the closest one by, I think, where Sean is probably going to get smoked off, so Freakazoid might actually be alone in this situation.
Excellent peek there by Tweak as well. He got all of the information. Already the rotation coming through now from Cloud9 here. Freakazoid out in the open, though. Big risky play from him, and he gets caught. And Sean, no impact. He actually gets run over. Groovy with the double kill. So it's going to be down to Shroud and Skadoodle, and this is a bit too much to ask of them. 2-on-4 situation. Hyper turns away. Sean misses the shot. Shroud is there, though. Brings it back. And now we're into a 2-on-3. Bomb is planted, though, in Cloud9. Do they know just how much damage has been dealt to Vex? That Groovy's sitting on 1 HP right now.
I'm not sure if they realized quite. Great round from Vex, though, and Groovy especially. Taking down Sean in that corner was huge, and Shroud and Skadoodle, they should be saving what they've got here. Shot not going to kill Groovy, and he's down to 1 health, and what ridiculous nonsense is this, and Shroud is going to go down. Rallen just getting shot from the doorway. He wants to pick up something. Not going to be successful in stealing that AWP away. 15-13 and moving to the 29th round. If it goes to overtime, I don't know if there's any predicting who will win it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it could really go either way at this point. I mean, we always say the experienced team should be favored in this case,
But Cloud9 would be devastated if they don't close out the game here. Like, that would be so upsetting to them, so... Look at this shot.
Ruby, this round, that was his round right now. I mean, in just of all time for him to come to the floor and make the play, that was a perfect time for it. Hyper eating a lot of nade damage going out onto Plateau, but he made it through the smoke. He does manage to at least spot out a little information there. Again, Vex just trying to draw some attention, but Skadoodle, he just sits here on this site, and there it is. From upskirt, he managed to pick off Hyper. So man advantage now for Cloud9 in this, yet again, the second match point.
A very fine job indeed. Relatively simple kill, but it definitely does matter. And if they don't hear any more presence over at Plateau, that's also an indication of a very, default strat almost on the terrorist side, which is send one guy lurking out on Plateau, and then the rest of the team does something else. So if Cloud9 were a little bit adventurous, they might try and just see if they could at least hear anyone and maybe force something with a couple of grenades. In the meantime, the clock here is actually working quite heavily against Vexed. 40 seconds left, trying to make it on. There's still 2 Molotovs, 2 HE grenades, and a bunch of flashbangs on Cloud9's side, so they can slow down these pushes a lot.
This time Vex at least have some nades to work with. And there we go. Smokes, flashes going out. Freakazoid taking up that passive angle. He's going to be facing it. Pete is gone, but Rallen, he takes out some stairs. In the meantime, breaks off right into Groovy's Waiting's arms. And now this is starting to get a little bit scary. 2-on-2. Furlan up on the site, but again, 50 seconds, and it's not going to be enough. The bomb gets dropped. Scott with the last frag. And Cloud9, they lock down the map. 16-13 in the end. Cloud9 will move on to the elimination match, and Vexed will be going home. The first team here as well.
Very, very